What the fuck is this?
What the fuck?
Yeah, it must be something from water.
Must be something over there.
Water. Yeah, yo.
1, 2, 3.
Marké.
Yeah. Ade Eyo, around. Yeah. Let's do this.
Put one for the game, put none on my name. One for the same, I got one for the shame. I put one for the trust, need some, it's a must. I put one for the team, I put one for all of us. I got one for my home, I got one for my work. I got one for the dust, I got one for the dirt. I got one for my chick, I got one for the good. I got one for breakfast, I got one for dessert. I got one in my head, I got one in my bed. I got love for the dead, I got love for the bread. I got one for my bro, keep one on the low. One on the go, I keep one for the show. For the turf, I put one for the dope. I got one for the hood, I got one you can't cope. I got one for the left, I got some for the right. I got right, it's all good, I got one, I'm alright. Right for the loop, one for the bread. One for my boys and all the bloodshed. One for the love, one for the hate. One for my boys and the bread that we make. This is one for the real, this is one for my kind. This is one for the thrill, this is one for the shine. One for my kids, there is one for the grind. There is one for the biz, there is one for your mind. One for the pain, smoke one for the stress. One for my brain, smoke none but the best. I got one for myself, I got one for my boss. I got one, nothing else, I got one for chaos. I put one on top, put one for the cart. I got one for the lot, I got one for the crowd. One that's enough, I got one, it don't stop. I got one in the rough, I got one in the truck. One for the loop, one for the bread. One for my boys and all the bloodshed. One for the love, one for the hate. One for my boys and the bread that we made. One for the loop, one for the bread. One for my boys and all the bloodshed. One for the love, one for the hate. One for my boys and the bread that we made. I got one in the front, I got one in the back. I got one for the blunt, I got one that's a fact. One in the air, I got one, I don't care. I got one over here, I got one over there. One for the fam, take none of the blame. Take one for respect, take none of the pain. I made one to survive, I got one to hustle. I got one, keep it live. I got one to strike. I got one who's a bitch, I got one who's a hoe. I got one who's a friend, I got one who's a foe. I got one for safety, I got one to play with. I got one to feel me, I got one don't say shit. I put one for the block, I got one for the spot. Yeah, I know you got none and you're talking a lot. I got one for the night, I got one for the day. I put one on the mic, I'm on one every day. One for the loop, one for the bread. One for my boys and all the bloodshed. One for the love, one for the hate. One for my boys and the bread that we made.
Be number one, now you're just another one. Like I was your number one, then I became another one. How many blunts that I need to get over it? More than one. How many cakes that I bite to forget you? More than one. The good times, there was more than one. The bad times, I don't think of them. Why? They were never fun. I was feeling off until he put me on this one. I had so much on my shoulders, it was feeling like a ton. It's important where you're going, but don't forget where you're from. I was called a bomb, I absorbed it like a sponge. I came back so hard today, I'm doing number one. You can try to compete, but I know I've already won.
One for the loop, one for the bread. One for my boys and all the bloodshed. One for the love, one for the hate. One for my boys and the bread that we made. One for the loop, one for the bread. One for my boys and all the bloodshed. One for the love, one for the hate. One for my boys and the bread that we make. One for the love, one for the hate.